again, this is Beck from the blog SoScandinavian.blogspot.com. And I know I haven't filmed in a while because I've mainly just been focusing on writing my blog, but I did pick up the new Laura Mercier Silk Cream Moisturizing Photo Edition foundation. I thought I would do a first impressions video because I've heard a lot about how this doesn't really measure up to the original Silk Cream formula and how the coverage is different and it's basically just a new foundation. And while I've never used the original Laura Mercier Silk Cream foundation, I have heard loads about it and I've seen it in loads of tutorials, so I just want to see if this is any good or not. I have the color Medium Ivory, which is I believe around the 3rd shade in the range, and again, like I said, I have the moisturizing version. I do know there is an oil-free version as well, but since I have dry skin, I thought I might as well go for the Moisturizing Photo Edition version. Okay, now to start, I'm just going to put a headband on to get my hair out of my face. I wasn't really sure whether or not to use a primer in a first impressions kind of video because you kind of want to see how the foundation performs, but then again, most of us always wear a primer anyway, so I don't know. So I've seen a few beauty bloggers prime half their face, so I decided I'm just gonna do that. And I'm gonna use the Hangover RX primer by Too Faced, and I think I'll just prime this side of my face. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of primer on this side of my face. That way we can see if it applies any better on the prime side or lasts longer, etc, etc. So the instructions on the Silk Cream bottle say shake well before using and apply a small amount with a sponge. Blend gently into skin for a flawless luminous finish. Shake, shake, shake. I'm not really positive how much I need, but we'll just go with it. And I guess the bottle recommends that I use a sponge, so I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. I ended up buying this at the counter in London when I was at, I believe it was Selfridges, and I didn't find a color that like perfectly matched my skin, which is odd because I'm pretty neutral, like my undertones. So I thought that was weird, but this was basically the closest, and like I said, it was the Medium Ivory. I don't really notice a difference in terms of blendability compared from the primer side to the non-primed side. That's probably because I'm using a beauty blender, but yeah, we'll see if it makes a difference in terms of wear time. Okay, so this is one layer. I wouldn't say it's a full coverage. I'm gonna see if it's buildable, but from what I heard about the original Silk Cream, that was supposed to be like uber high coverage and flawless, and I'm not really getting that vibe with this one, but we'll add another layer and we'll see. Just gonna put a tiny bit more on the sponge and just kind of go over areas where I still can see a little bit of redness. Okay, so it's blended in. Now, I don't know yet. I think it's alright. The color's actually not as bad as I thought it was, but I was kind of expecting like a super high coverage when it talks about like this flawless finish you're gonna get, and I do still kind of see like hints of redness and just kind of like my normal skin showing through, which is fine, but if you're really going after something super high coverage like Estee Lauder Double Wear, I don't know if this is gonna be up your street, but it's okay. I don't mind it. I look really weird with just foundation on and no other makeup, so I'll have to make my judgment call when I have a full face done. So to set, I'm just going to use my MAC Mineralize SkinFinish Natural in Light Plus, and like I said, everyone sets their foundation anyway, so I thought I would do it for the first impressions. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then come back and I'll check in throughout the day and see how it's holding up, and then I'll get my final thoughts at the end. Okay, so I'm finished the rest of my makeup, as you can obviously tell, and I realized as I was doing the rest of my makeup that I actually like the finish a lot more than I thought when I was applying. Like, I wasn't quite sure about it when it was going on my skin just because, I don't know, like, I didn't know if like the color and the coverage were my thing, but I actually really do like the finish. It's not matte and it's not dewy. It's kind of that satin finish that I really like in foundations. So yeah, and there's no SPF, which means there's not going to be flashback or anything like that. And yeah, I really like it. So I'm going to just go about my day, and every so often I will check back in and see how it's holding up. So it's currently 12 o'clock p.m. and I will be back around 3 or 4. Okay, so I am back and it is currently 4:23 p.m. and unfortunately, because of the weather outside and my allergies to everything summer related, my eyes have been watering all day, so my eyeliner is pretty much shot. But in terms of foundation, nothing has budged at all. If you can see, like, it's still pretty much completely in place. Don't mind my eyeliner, but I didn't want to touch up at all just so this is completely authentic. Even though I do have dry skin, sometimes I notice, like, I don't necessarily shine, but I start like seeing some breakup of foundation around here and around here and around here. Now, because I've only been wearing it for 4.5 hours, I can't really say it has incredible lasting power yet, but it's definitely like impressing me so far because it looks like it did when I just applied it, and it has been like pretty much the whole afternoon. So I'm excited, and we will see how it looks later on tonight. I'm gonna try to keep it on as long as I can. I'm gonna Google what the brand claims that the wear time on this foundation is because I don't know offhand, but I'm gonna try to see if it lives up to that. So I'll be back around maybe 7 or 8. Okay, this is my final check-in, and it is currently 8:55 p.m. here in Finland. I don't think I could last any longer with this makeup on my face just because it's been so hot all day, and I just am ready for bed and to wash my face. My opinion of this foundation like just improved and improved like as the day went on. At first I wasn't really down with the color and I wasn't sure about the coverage either, but it did not budge all day. Like, if you can see, it hasn't even moved around. Like, my eye makeup's a mess, but as far as foundation goes, I'm actually really impressed with it. So the only cons, I would say, are the color range, because there really wasn't like a perfect match color for me. Like, I'm used to NARS having just such a bang-on color, and even things like, what else do I use? Like Giorgio Armani, that fits me perfectly, and even drugstore things like Bourjois. I love their shades that they offer, but this one, I don't know. I tested out a few in the store and I didn't even find one that I really liked, so I got the closest one to me, and I actually don't think it's that bad. Like, once you put powder and bronzer and blush and all that, like, it really doesn't look like it doesn't match. At least I don't think it does. So yeah, I really like this. I know it was my first day wearing it, but I definitely can see this becoming a favorite for summer especially. Like, if I was going to a festival or anything outdoors, I would definitely probably wear this because it did not budge, and I have been sweating all day. My eye makeup's everywhere, but as far as foundation goes, it really lasted. And I had it on since 12. That's almost 9 hours, and I can't complain with that. I really don't wear foundation any longer than that, and that's all I can really ask for. It's also meant for photography because it's called like the Photo Edition Silk Cream Foundation, and when I was reading reviews, I saw that the oil-free version was better in terms of coverage, and that's the only thing I think I could say. I was kind of expecting a super full coverage finish because that's why everyone talks about silk cream, because of the amazing coverage, and I didn't think it was any more full coverage than my NARS Sheer Glow or the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. It still offered pretty decent coverage, and I kind of like when my skin shows through a little bit just because I don't like when you're up close and you can see that you're wearing makeup, but I did not find that with this at all. Like, when I was right close to a mirror, I couldn't tell that I had like makeup sitting on my skin, so that was good. So my overall impressions are that it's really good and I'm really impressed with it, and it kind of sucks because it's a little bit pricey. I think when I was in London I picked it up for about, I want to say £35, but I could be wrong, but it was definitely somewhere in that range. If you're looking to invest on a long-lasting, medium buildable coverage foundation, I would definitely suggest the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation, the new formula. And I can't speak to the oil-free one, but the moisturizing version definitely impressed me. That's it for this first impressions. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.